look at all the videos. I watched the full live stream and all that. I got nothing. I got nothing.
No,
I can't. You can't defend this.
You're a everybody who taught you that.
So after all this happened, as far as the show, like, did the show just continue? Like, how did Stu get out of the ring? I assume it was stopped and paramedics came. Like, what actually happened?
He was given CPR. He was choking on his fucking blood. The paramedics came. I rolled out. Once I realized that my fucking blood was leaking because he caught me right in the.
I hate to say this shit on stream. I was going to save it, but I'm going to forget. Nigga, I don't want you no more.
But he's not doing okay. It looks like he gave this guy several heavy concussions and probably a lot of.
Rampage Jackson finds himself caught in the storm as his son Raja Jackson is under investigation after a shocking life assault that has triggered massive public outrage. On top of that, Rampage Jackson expressed deep disappointment in his son's actions, confronting him live in stream. Visibly at a loss for words, Rampage told Raja that he no longer wanted anything to do with him and went as far as to say he disowned him.
I hate to say this shit on stream. I was going to save it, but I'm going to forget. Nigga, I don't want you no more. I don't want you no more. Nigga, I disowned you. You embarrassed the shit out of me. Now you.
Moreover, Doug, the wrestler who stepped in during the incident, explained that Stu had been choking on his own blood and suffered broken bones along with shattered teeth as a result of Raja's assault. He added that Stu had no recollection of what happened.
Telling me when the cue is, when is the spot supposed to happen, you're just gonna let me know just in case. Right, so I'm stuck waiting for this cue. I walk out to somebody with the radio. I said, hey, talk to the back. When do you guys want me to go? What's happening? I was informed about the beer can incident actually shortly before that. They told me that they, made up, shook hands, hugged it out multiple times. So it was gonna be fine, but they just wanna make sure. I talked to the person out front with the radio. I walk back to the ring. I see the slam. I see the first punch, second punch, and by then I'm at people in front of me and I just start moving. I kind of wish I would have just sprung on like the slam. So that's where I'm at. I mean, honestly, there's nothing worse than you watch somebody you care about, he's a veteran.
And in addition, Doug stated that he had just finished his own match when the incident occurred. He explained that the promotion had not informed him about the cue for when Raja was supposed to jump in.
It's all there's.
So them telling you to watch this and get involved, if this was supposed to be an angle, it kind of doesn't make any sense because you have nothing to do with their storyline or whatever. It seems like they kind of wanted you there just because you're the only one who can shoot, which in wrestling means for real fight, right?
It felt like it, like how you'd use a dog. Like, hey, we'll send our bitch to go do this.
But the fact that they told you to watch out and, be ready, and the fact that this had nothing to do with any of the storylines kind of shows that this was premeditated, right?
I think the premeditation part comes on the side of AJ Mana.
Additionally, Doug recalled witnessing the slam followed by 2 punches, after which he rushed in to intervene. He admitted that he regrets not stepping in sooner. He also revealed that when he intervened, Raja tried to fight him.
You knew had issues.
So real quick, that's the friend of Raja who brought him to the event.
That's the small calf, small with the cowboy hat.
So this fight, whatever you want to call it, Raja Jackson.
Attempted murder.
Right, this attempted murder, he landed like 20-something punches on him. 23 punches on him. You pull him off, and then he tried to go at you. So was he trying to continue beating him even further?
I think the culmination between his dad picking on him and all his daddy issues came out, and all AJ gassed up into his head, because let me put it this way. I don't like Raja. I think Raja's a person for what he did, but I think AJ's a bigger person.
Furthermore, Brendan Schwab admitted that he finally wanted to defend Raja out of respect for Rampage, but after reviewing the live stream footage, he acknowledged that there was nothing he could possibly say in Raja's favor or in his defense.
And I'll be transparent. I like Raja, and obviously I adore Rampage. Me and Rampage have a great relationship. I love Rampage. And it's just by nature, my initial thought was when I heard about this, and I spoke with Rampage, when I heard about this, I went, all right, how can I defend Raja? I look at all the videos, I watched the full live stream and all that. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Oh,
I can't, you can't defend this. I see this, it's so sad. Because he was just getting started, and that all goes away if this veteran pro wrestler decides to press charges.
Moreover, Schwab remarked that the only chance Raja has of avoiding jail time is if Psycho Stu decides not to press charges.
That pro wrestler goes, this was a bit or this was a work and he just thought that's how it works, I'm not pressing charges, Raja's still gonna take a lot of heat online, but you're not doing jail time. Then we can figure it out. But if that dude wakes up and somebody's in his ear and goes, dude, you gotta make this dude pay. He has to learn a lesson and he presses charges, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough. Attempted murder, aggravated assault, it's gonna be tough.
Adding to that, Tim Welch stated that Raja's assault most likely caused brain swelling and severe concussions, adding that Stu's condition is far from okay.
But he's not doing okay. It looks like he gave this guy several heavy concussions and probably a lot of...
Moreover, Tim stated that Raja had nearly killed Stu, describing the incident as inexcusable. He emphasized that Raja must face serious punishment for his actions and believed he should be locked up for a long time.
He damn near killed the man. That's crazy. He's got to get some punishment for this. There's just going to be no excuse. He's going to probably go away for a long while, especially on stream. He's on stream and he said 50 subs for a KO.
50 subs, knock him out. 50 subs.
It's crazy the guy didn't die from the slam in general, but then the 10 concussions after, God, that's not good. That is not good. And I poor Rampage getting a call that your boy did this. The boy that he talks about too is kind of a crazy one, a ticking time bomb. But then you're streaming, you're trying to get some big clicks, some big views. But gosh, you just damn near killed a father.
Meanwhile, Doug stated that Raja was fortunate he had been focused on restraining Raja, explaining that if he had not been exhausted from his own match beforehand, he would have pummeled Raja without exhaustion.
The problem with the world and the people around you, change the people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever live, your father. Use his clout. Use his knowledge. And then you want to hurt people that don't train like that? You're a bully. Who taught you that?
So after all this happened, as far as the show, like, did the show just continue? Like, how did Stu get out of the ring? I assume it was stopped and paramedics came. Like, what actually happened?
He was given CPR. He was choking on his blood. The paramedics came. I rolled out. Once I realized that my blood was leaking because he caught me right in the goddamn orbital bone, I rolled out the ring to go fight that guy. I said, him, I'm coming. And then everyone's holding me back.
Doak stated that if he had not intervened, Raja would have killed Stu. He added that if Raja had managed to get the better of him, he would have suffered the same fate. Doak emphasized that had Raja succeeded with the takedown, he would have done to him exactly what he did to Psycho Stu.
Begging for clout for the internet. Man, that whole night. There couldn't be anything more mismanaged in my life than I saw that night.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just trying to get a better understanding of like how the show went on. Who took him out of the ring, first of all?
Stu left by paramedics in his own blood, choking. A veteran, a war veteran.
Was he stretchered out of the show?
Yes, he was a load and go criteria.
After that, did the show just continue as if nothing happened?
There was kids crying. There was women and children upset. The little girl, Sophia, in my tag team, she saw the whole thing. And as an adult, that's my job to, is to protect everybody. And I fell really short. I talked to her dad. She said she saw everything. She tried to get out of the car, come back.
Moreover, Tim Welch remarked that since Rampage is money, the case will likely be defended in court. However, he maintained that regardless of the circumstances, Raja's actions amounted to attempted murder.
Yeah, this isn't going to be good. This isn't going to be good for old Raja. Rampage's got money. I mean, they're going to have some good lawyers. But it might be attempted murder. I mean, God, that's the thing. You got to be careful getting in street fights. If you can avoid street fights, avoid them. Especially if you got a temper tantrum. Maybe if you know a little jiu-jitsu and you get in a street fight here and there, it's okay. You can take care of yourself, get in a good position. But once you crack somebody and then you start seeing red and you're not thinking about what you're doing and you're punching them and they're already knocked out, good chance you're going to kill them. And now you might be in the pen. So, I mean, that was fucked up. If that guy was my dad or something, I would be fucking furious.
Adding to that, former WWE wrestler Marvin Huffman said the Raja's problems are just starting, emphasizing that there were issues that could have been easily prevented from the beginning.
Problems for Raja, they've just begun. problems that were easily solved if, rather than using him for anything physical, you, same thing, have him slide in and have him get in the way of somebody. Then have another wrestler do whatever physical activity you needed done for that night. Problem solved. Now, all that said, Raja was still 100% in the wrong. You just can't handle situations like that, not only in wrestling, but in civilized society. And I get he was wronged as soon as he got there, but at that moment, he should have either taken himself off the show, out of the environment, or he should have pulled Stu off camera, handled it like men.
Furthermore, Sean O'Malley stated that the incident was so brutal that he could not even watch it. He explained that although it was supposedly staged, the punches were serious and carried the intensity of damaging Stu.
I heard after you sent me that, I kind of asked a couple of my buddies at the poker table because I was playing poker when he sent me it. And they're like, it was pretty brutal. Like he got slammed and he started just like busting him up with some right and left hands. Or I couldn't watch it, to be honest. I don't like seeing them. Ooh, yeah, no, those are full on, like I'm fucking beating the you punches.
Yeah, right.
Those were brutal.
Did you see the slam?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so what...
In addition, Hoffman remarked that Raja's approach was extremely immature and childish, noting that he should have pulled Stu aside off camera and handled the situation like a man instead of escalating it publicly.
He should have pulled Stu off camera, handled it like men in a back room. And I hate that all of this happened, and it's so easily avoidable. Last I heard, Psycho Stu is in the hospital currently recovering, and we here wish you the speediest of recoveries.
Furthermore, MMA guru went all in on Raja Jackson, delivering a harsh assessment of the incident. He described Raja as reckless and unfit for society, saying his actions amounted to attempted murder and should warrant decades behind bars.
End of discussion. You are a dumb animal that does not belong in society. You have forfeited that right because you have proven yourself as an unevolved human. Go sit in a cage for 30 to 40 years where you fucking belong, you dumb animal. End of discussion. That is a...
Meanwhile, the weight concept weighed in by saying Raja Jackson clearly acted with mindset of wanting to seriously hurt Psycho Stu. He pointed out that Raja's fragile ego played a major role in the outburst, noting that Stu believed they were going along with a staged bit, only for Raja to take advantage of the situation and launch a full-blown assault.
On live camera, what the f was he thinking? He wasn't thinking. I mean, I don't even know why I'm asking that question. I know what he was thinking. He was thinking, I'm gonna murder this guy. I'm gonna hurt this guy to where no one can play me anymore. No one can make me look like... And that's not me exaggerating. This is what Raja said right after he committed full-on assault and probably attempted murder. I'm shocked how genuinely fragile Raja Jackson's ego is. I mean, this is a real-life look into someone who legitimately thought that beating a helpless man senseless, beating a guy who thought at the very most you guys were gonna do a little worked kind of situation, beating the out of him until you almost kill him was a way of saying, I'm standing up for myself, I'm not a...
Wade added that in this scenario, the person who made themselves look completely idiotic and acted like an absolute moron, ultimately deserving to be behind bars, was Raja Jackson. He added that Raja's reckless actions not only endangered others, but also destroyed any credibility he might have had.
Nah, y'all gotta quit playing me like I'm a... Ooh! The only person that made themselves look like a here, the only person that made themselves look like an absolute moron, who made themselves look completely unhinged and like they need to be ridiculed, and honestly put behind bars for aggravated assault and potentially more, is Raja Jackson. Like, he's living in a different reality than what is actually happening. No one jumped him and no one treated him like a bitch. There was a situation that shouldn't have happened earlier on in the day. It was a misunderstanding and one that was quickly resolved, apologized for profusely, that I think, in my own opinion, Raja Jackson used when he heard they were gonna allow him to be a part of the pro wrestling match. He took advantage of that situation to be like, oh, you punked me on my stream, you hit me with that can on my stream.
Additionally, streamer Charles from the Penguinzo YouTube channel expressed that the situation was incomprehensible, emphasizing the disturbing reality that yet another potential death had just been streamed live on Kick.
And I got sent a little something that is so diabolical, I had to hop back in the saddle and yap about it. It is incomprehensible that yet another potential death was just streamed on Kick. I'm recording this an hour after it happened, and the victim is currently still in the ICU, so I guess by the time I post this, I'll know whether or not they passed away, but I'm going to keep this part in here right now because it's up in the air. A Kick streamer, Raja Jackson, who is the son of Rampage Jackson, and also a professional fighter, just went ballistic on a wrestler during a wrestling event on stream. He picks the wrestler up, slams him on the mat, and then lays down 27 punches to the man's skull.
Building on that, Charles stressed that the only reason Raja stopped throwing punches was because other wrestlers stepped in. He argued that if no one had intervened, Raja would have continued the assault, and even then, Raja was still trying to push through to strike Stu again while he was already unconscious on the floor.
He was still going. The only reason there weren't more punches thrown by him is because the other wrestlers were able to separate him. But he was fighting against them to go back and keep beating this unconscious man. He probably wouldn't have stopped punching him until his head popped like a balloon. It's extremely scary, and even if he does pull through, this could have life-changing repercussions with brain damage and so many other complications for the rest of his life if he even survives, which we don't know yet. He apparently flatlined in the ring and is currently still in the ICU, and we don't have any.
Charlie stated that attempted murder charges are extremely likely, emphasizing that Raja left no doubt that he intended to seriously harm Stu. He added that it appeared Raja's goal was to actually kill Stu.
It's scary. I cannot imagine a world where he does not go to jail for this. I really can't. Rampage Jackson has tons and tons of money, sure, but I don't know if he's going to be able to outspend the attempted murder charges that his son just racked up here. Now, of course, I'm not a lawyer and I don't have like a magic crystal ball that I can ponder the orb of to see the future, but my guess would be that there will be attempted murder charges for this incident. Because, I mean, I really think it's like... It feels like that's what the goal here was when Raja Jackson was delivering these blows. I mean, I think at bare minimum, you're getting some serious assault charges. Like, no matter what, I think he should be thrown in the slammer for this.
The Weasel highlighted that Raja had revealed his plans on his live stream before the incident, and then carried them out precisely as intended. The Weasel stressed that Rampage version makes it seem like Raja acted impulsively in response to the can-smashing scene, which was simply a staged gimmick.
Firstly, it wasn't moments before. There was a whole premeditation from Raja that took place in between. That is one of the most damning things about this whole thing, right? You can't just scoff over the premeditation. He thought that through. He talked about it. He told his live stream what he was going to do, and he did exactly that. Rampage is making it seem like it was a spontaneous, instant reaction to what happened. That is not the case. He accepted the apology twice and gave him a response of understanding that mistake. He's like, yeah, now I get it, you know, it's not a big thing. Now, the whole concussion excuse, I just don't care, dude. Did he have a concussion days prior? Maybe.
Moreover, the Weasel noted that while Raja accepted the apology, it would have been more understandable for him to refuse it and confront Stu immediately after the can slam. Instead, he waited, then approached and assaulted Stu with calculated, sneaky intent.
When you in pro wrestling, when you sell, it's like, cause that shit fake. MMA, we do real shit. And he said, you ain't gonna sell it? So when you don't sell, it make the other pro wrestler look bad, like he weak or something. And my son, he don't know nothing about that shit. So this that hit my son is stupid. So in order for me not to go to, I gotta talk to his coach. Yeah, Roger wasn't aware. Roger didn't know what was going on. He just thought he was going and talking to those dudes.
So yeah, Psycho Stu shouldn't have done that. He's outside the arena. He saw cameras, so maybe he took the opportunity to build up a story for the event, but it was an empty can, bro. And he apologized 3 times, and Raja accepted his apology. It would have been a lot more understandable.
Weasel emphasized that Raja Jackson had planned his attack in advance, intending to keep striking until someone physically intervened. He pointed out that Raja had no intention of stopping voluntarily and suggested that without intervention, Psycho Stu's life might have been at serious risk.
He thought this thing through, by the way. This is not a spontaneous act. It was premeditated. He literally recorded himself saying that he would punch that guy as many times as they could until they pull him off of him. But he doesn't know how long that would take, and he didn't care how long it would take. So he's gonna punch him as many times as he can. And he said that somebody told him that he was allowed to punch this guy for real. And if that pink-haired wrestler did not pull him off, who knows what would have happened? Psycho Stu is the wrestler. Who knows if he would still be alive?
No, I'm beating this guy's ass, bro. I'm trying to see how long I get to stay in there for. I don't know how long this. I'll tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pulled me off of him will leave. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can. Watch.
Additionally, analyst Lucas Tracy commented that under the current justice system, there is a real possibility that Raja Jackson could escape facing serious repercussions for his actions.
And this sort of ties into another thing that I want to talk about, which is as clear cut and dry as this case is, it's clear as day. If you just watch the video with your two eyes, it's attempted murder. As clear as that is, you could still see a situation where some fucking delusional judge says, you know, he's a good kid and we're going to give him a second chance. We're going to give him a third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance, sixth chance. Next thing you know, he's going to get his 20th chance. And it's like, somehow, some way, do not put it beyond the system to not look at this as attempted murder. Like, do not put it beyond them to look at this with a glazed over look and think, just a couple of pit-pat shots.
However, Charlie criticized Raja Jackson, calling his behavior completely unacceptable. He stated that Raja was fully aware of what he was doing and insisted that the attack amounted to nothing less than an attempt to seriously harm, if not kill Psycho Stu.
Behavior is completely unacceptable. He knew exactly what he was doing. He even on stream states what he's about to do, and he clearly doesn't stop until he is pulled off and then still wants to keep going. All of these blows delivered to an unconscious man. How could you possibly say this is anything other than him trying to kill him? It's fucking sickening. Now, like I said at the start of the video, I've recorded all of this pretty much immediately after it happened, so we still don't know how Psycho Stu is doing, if he's going to pull through from all of this or not. But by the time I post this video, I imagine we'll have some kind of update, so I'll go ahead and put that at the beginning of the video. But as of right now, fingers crossed that he pulls through. Like, yeah, he definitely did make a big mistake with the beer can thing, but I don't think it's something that should have cost.
The shocking events surrounding Raja Jackson have left the wrestling and MMA communities in disbelief, raising serious questions about accountability, violence, and the influence of fame. As things unfold, one thing remains clear: the actions captured in that live stream will have lasting consequences for Raja. Drop your thoughts down below on what you make of all of this, and we shall see you in the next video with more updates.